Hi, welcome to my channel, and today I have another theatre vlog for you. Today we're actually heading to a children's show. We're going to go and see the Gruffalo's Child at the Lowry. We're going to the 1:30 showing. We bought our tickets for this show. We got a family ticket, which made the tickets £15 each. Individually should have been 18, but when you buy a family ticket,
on your phone?
Yeah, they reduced them a little bit, so we paid £15 each. So we're really excited. My little girl Alice has wanted to see the show for a very long time, so she's super excited to go and see it. So obviously I'll show you around the theatre, show you any merch they've got, and I'll give you a full review of the show when we get home. So I hope you enjoy this little vlog. So we've just arrived at the tram station much later than I wanted to. It's 12:20. The show starts at 1:30. We should get there, but I wanted a bit of extra time. Lauren's just getting our tram ticket. So we're getting a family ticket for zone 2. It's £3.60, so that's a good price. So it's usually £1.90 just for one adult, so it actually works out cheaper than getting 2 adult tickets. So we're at our second tram station now, just waiting for the one to Media City. We're going to get the Trafford Centre one though, because it's quicker, because it's going to Eccles, not to Media City, so it's just quicker to get the Trafford Centre one. We should get there in plenty of time, because it's only 20 to 1, isn't it? So yeah, we should get there in plenty of time. Okay, so we've just got off at the War Museum tram stop, because you see the Lowry is just there, so we're just going to walk across the bridge. It's just quicker than getting the other tram. The Media City, there wasn't a Media City one, it was an Eccles one, so this one's a lot quicker. So we got this, and we're in plenty of time. It's still about 10 to 1, show doesn't start till 1:30, so we've got plenty of time. Okay, so we're just across the water from the Lowry now. Just going to walk across the bridge. Don't think the kids have ever come this way. So like Alice, like, how we get across the water? We're going to go across the bridge, aren't we? Are we going to go across the bridge to get to the theatre? Yeah, come on Leo.
Let's go.
Let's go. Okay, so we're in the theatre now. We're just going to walk up to the show. In fact, I was going to ask for some ear defenders for Leo. To ask later. Just gonna walk. Look, Leo. What's that? Is that your favourite? Alice has just got a Gruffalo child toy. It was £15. We have already got the exact same one that's Leo's, but she wanted her own, so go and show Daddy what you've got, Alice. Alice got her own Leo. Now, and Leo's got his mouse. Oh, he loves his mouse. There we go. Lovely. So we're on row G, seat 1 to 4. This is ours, Alice. Number 4. You sit on number 4? 2, 3, 4. That one. There we go. Okay, so we're in our seat now. We're on row G. I'm in seat 3. Yeah. Alice is in seat 4. But we've lost Daddy and Leo. We don't know where they've gone. Hopefully they get here before the show starts. So, Leo won't come in, will he, Alice? He said it's too scary. I don't know why. It's not even scary. So, yeah, he's not coming in.
Get away! Hey, you! What you gonna do? so much, guys. It's been an amazing audience. Thank you so much. Ritual stories. We'd love to know what you think about our shows. So please find us online, tag us on social media. You can find all our contact details on the back of the free programmes here at the theatre. Have a lovely rest of the day. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Hi, we are now back from the Gruffalo child show, so I thought I'd tell you a little bit about it. So we went to see the show on Wednesday the 3rd of April. We went to the 1:30 p.m. showing. I think they're having 3 showings, 2 or 3 showings a day. I think it might have been 2. There was one at 11 and then one at 1:30. We decided to go to the later one to give us a bit more time to get there. The show is showing in the Lowry's Quays Theatre, which is their smaller theatre. We paid the tickets for this show were £18 each. However, if you bought 4, it classed as a family ticket, and they reduced the tickets down to £15 each, which is much better. Because I always think it's really expensive to go to kids' shows because they're only an hour long and they're £18 each. You can go and see like a nearly 3-hour musical for like £20. So I do think they're quite expensive, especially when you got to buy 4 tickets. So £15 was much more reasonable price. We actually saved up for a while to get so we could afford to buy the tickets, and I actually ended up using a theatre voucher as well. I had a £20 theatre voucher, so we put that towards it, so it didn't work out too bad. However, we were not expecting Leo to refuse to go in. If you watch the vlog, you'll have seen he didn't end up actually going into the show, which meant Lawrence couldn't go in. So basically we wasted our money on 2 tickets. That's £30, which for us is a lot of money to waste. I suppose £20 of that you could say is the voucher, so we only wasted 10. However, it took me a year to save up the points I needed to get that £20 voucher. And it took a lot of work because what you had to do, I got the voucher from Seat Plan, so you have to upload a view from your seat and then do a little review of the seat. So it's taken me a whole year to get enough points for that £20 voucher. So I'm a bit upset that he didn't go in and he just didn't watch it, and we wasted so much money. However, we did sit outside. There is a screen in the Quays bar, which they have on, and you can see the stage and what's going on. So he sat and watched that with Lawrence. So I said, oh, you didn't go and see it? He's like, I did see it, I watched it on the screen. And I said, well, if you could watch it on the screen, why didn't you want to come in? And just said it was too dark, it was too scary. So if you don't know, Leo is suspected to be autistic. We're still waiting for his actual assessment. Pretty confident that he is. It runs in the family. He's got all the signs of it. It's just having to wait for the official diagnosis, but he is. I know he is. The school knows he is. It's just a case of he's on the waiting list just to confirm it. But yeah, he struggles with like low lighting and noise and crowds, and today he just wasn't in the mood today, which is a shame because he'd been looking forward to going for so long. We saved up for a while to go to this, and Alice has been asking to see this show and him for probably over a year. I think it was on before and we missed it, and they've been asking to come and see it. So he's been looking forward to this for such a long time, and as you can see before the show he's having fun, having pictures and everything, and it just came to going in, he just couldn't face going into the theatre, which is such a shame. I think from now on maybe I'm going to have to start taking to relaxed performances, although we could be the same at that and refuse to go in, I don't know. Although he's desperate to go and see Charlie Cook's favourite book, which is a new show that's coming out. So maybe I'll have to buy relaxed tickets for that and see how he goes, because he keeps saying he wants to go and see that one. But anyway, back to the Gruffalo's child. So yeah, in the end it was just me and Alice that went to see the show, and Alice absolutely loved it. She really did. So we were sat in the stalls. We were on row G, seats 1, 2, 4. So me and Alice, I think, sat in seats number 3 and 4. View was excellent. There was plenty of leg room there. Definitely would sit there again. It's a small theatre, so if you sit anywhere in the stalls, you're going to get a good view. I definitely do not recommend sitting in the second tier on the sides, because we did that when we went to see Room on the Broom. Paid a lot of money. Didn't do a family ticket for that show, I don't know why, and the kids couldn't see a thing. The only way we could get them to be able to see was to sit them on our knee and then lean them forward over the bar in order to see. So yeah, I definitely would not recommend sitting in the top tier at the sides, and probably even the first tier. I think the only tier that will be worth sitting at with children would be the stalls tier. So just bear that in mind if you're going with young children and you sat at the sides in the tiers. They may not be able to see over the bar. So yeah, that's my recommendation. Try to avoid the first and second tier sides if you're going with young children. So the recommended age range for this show is 3+. And the runtime for the show is 55 minutes and there's no interval. And I think this is the perfect length of time for young children. I think any more than that they start to get a bit fidgety, but 55 minutes seems to be like the perfect length for most children to sit and still and listen to the story. So I think it's a good length. So on the way into the theatre, all the children got given a nice little sticker, which I think I filmed when they came in, and then they also got given a free little souvenir program. So this tells you about the cast and a bit about Tall Stories, who have produced the show. So it's nice that you get given that, which is included in the price. There was merch for this show. They had a little Gruffalo soft toy, which we actually bought for Alice, and that was £15. She really wanted it. Leo's already got one. What we should have done is put Leo's in the bag and then gave it to her when we got there. We should have done that, but now we've got two. So Leo took his little mouse with him, so luckily we didn't have to buy him anything. So yeah, they had the little Gruffalo toys for £15. They had the Gruffalo's Child Live CD for £8. They had the Gruffalo Child book for £7. and Gruffalo Child Activity book for £5. They had the Smed and the Smooth book for £6.50. And then they also had a Gruffalo t-shirt, and that was in age 3 to 4, and they also had a age 5 to 6, and they were £14. So that's all the merch that they had, and we just bought the little Gruffalo Child toy. Luckily Leo didn't want anything, so that was good. So the Gruffalo Child show is based on the Julia Donaldson and Axel Scheffler picture book of the same name, and it has been produced by Tall Stories. Now Tall Stories produce a lot of Julia Donaldson and Axel Scheffler's stories. They've done the Gruffalo, and they've done the Smeds and the Smooths, and they've also done the Snail and the Whale. And we've actually, and they also do Room on the Broom, and we've actually seen all those shows. We've seen the Gruffalo, we saw that at the Lowry, we saw the Room on the Broom at the Lowry, we saw the Smeds and the Smooths at the Z Art Centre, and we saw the Snail and the Whale at the Lowry. So this was the last one that we hadn't seen, and we were really excited to see it. So I'm glad that we've seen it now. So we've seen all of the Julie Donaldson productions that they do, and we've enjoyed every single one of them. They've all been really, really good. Our least favourite was probably the Snail and the Whale. There just wasn't as many songs in that, and it didn't follow the story exactly like the others tend to. I think Alice's favourite is still the it's either the Gruffalo or Room on the Broom. They're her two favourites. For me personally, my favourite is probably Room on the Broom, just because that has so many good songs in that show and the puppets are really good. So that will always be my favourite one. However, the Gruffalo and this one is very good as well. So the Gruffalo's Child book was actually published in 2004, 3 years after the Gruffalo had been published. And in 2006, Tall Stories premiered their show version of the Gruffalo's Child, which has since gone on to tour the UK. It's been on the West End, and it's also been performed in over 10 other countries as well. So if you don't know the story of the Gruffalo's Child, it is the sequel from the story The Gruffalo, and it tells the story of the Gruffalo's child, who, after hearing her father's tales of the big bad mouse. She wants to go out and find him to see if he is real. So she heads out into the deep dark wood when her father is sleeping to try and find the big bad mouse. On her travels, she bumps into a few creatures. She bumps into fox, snake and owl, and they all try to convince her not to eat them. And the Gruffalo child eventually bumps into the little brown mouse, and she's planning to eat him, but he then comes up with a plan to stop her. That is the basic story of the Gruffalo's child. The Gruffalo child also carries a little stick-shaped man around with her, and it features in this story a lot more than it does in the book. And it's really nice, and there's a lot of really good songs in this show as well, some really catchy ones. So I really enjoyed all the songs. The costumes are really nice, so they've gone not obvious like proper fox costume or owl costume. They've sort of made the fox more slick. He looks more like he's wearing normal clothes but looks fox-like. He does have a little bushy tail as well. But yeah, they've gone quite clever with the costuming. I thought the costumes looked really good. Especially love the Gruffalo and Gruffalo's child costume. They look like a lot of work has gone into them. Really, really lovely costumes. So the show also has a little bit of audience participation in it. You get the kids to shout things out, which is really nice. They always love that. And yeah, it's just a really fun show. Alice really enjoyed it. She was really glad she finally got to see it, and we thought it was good. So I would give this show 4 stars. Definitely recommend it if you've got small children. And to be honest, I probably enjoyed it just as much as Alice did. It was a really good show. So I'll just quickly show you the little programme that we got, because it tells the cast here, so we can go have a look at the cast for the show. Okay, so this is the little free programme that they give you. It says at the top, adapted from Julie Donaldson, Axel Scheffler's award-winning picture book. And it says live on stage, The Gruffalo's Child. It has a couple of 5-star reviews on the front from The List and London Theatre. And then underneath here, it has the cast, and it says, what are the favourite childhood stories of our cast and crew? So you have Samuel Tracy, who plays Mouse, and it says his favourite book was The Little Mermaid, and he would have liked to have been a merman when he was younger. We then have Harriet Waiters, who is the Gruffalo's child, and she says Angelina Ballerina was one of her favourites. We then have Maxwell Taylor, who plays the Gruffalo, Snake, Owl and Fox, and he said Making Friends with Frankenstein was his favourite book, which he said is not really a story but lots of fun poems about monsters. We then have Pip Simpson, who is the understudy / assistant stage manager, and she said The Baby Who Wouldn't Go to Bed was her favourite story. We then have Stephen Andrews, who's this company stage manager, and he said that Rumpelstiltskin was his favourite. We then have this little thing here. It says scan here for more information about the cast and creatives and fun activities. So you can scan that little QR code and you'll find out, I think, the full cast biographies, and it also has some activity sheets as well. So I will scan that in a second and show you what that brings up. So inside the programme you have a little bit of information about the show. You then have some information of the offstage team. You then have some thanks. You have some information on Julie Donaldson. Some information on Axel Scheffler. And then you have some information on Tall Stories. And then it has here some current shows which are touring. It also has here, it's another QR code. It says Scan here to sign up for the special offers and our mailing list. And then it has just a few little pictures from the show. And then on the back of the programme it has a little colouring sheet children can colour in. And then it has a little activity that you can do on the programme. It says, can you spot 8 snowflakes falling down the middle pages of this programme? So you can sign and find all the snowflakes. So that's a nice little programme. So I'll just scan the QR codes now and show you what it brings up. Okay, so when you scan this QR code, this is what comes up. Just get it to focus. So it has the cast biographies. This is Samuel Tracy, who plays Mal. So if we click on him, let's give you a bit more information on him. It tells you some of his theatre credits. So he's been in The Tempest, The Free Billy Goat's Gruff. He's been in Romeo and Juliet, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. And there's just a few things that he has done. And there's lots more information there on him. And then we have Maxwell Taylor, who is the Gruffalo and the Predators. So some of his theatre credits include Professor Slug's House of Bugs, Doctor Who Time Factor, Alice's Adventures Underground, and he's also been in King Lear. So that's just some of the shows that he's been in. We then have Harriet Waiters, who is the Gruffalo's child. It says her theatre credits include She-Wolf, National Tour and at the Southwark Playhouse, and Betty Blue Eyes at Mountain View. And then we have Pip Simpson, who is the understudy Gruffalo's child. And we have Stephen Andrews, who is the company stage manager. And then you've got information on the creatives, you've got their biographies on here as well. Got the thanks, previous team members, shows you might like, and I think that's it. I did say there were some activities, but I don't know the activities. Yeah, and that's everything. I go this play and create. What's that one? So it's got some activities you can download. You can download a Gruffalo mask, Gruffalo's child colouring sheet, Gruffalo features, Gruffalo child's jumping jacks, mouse mask, Gruffalo's child classroom activity pack. So there's some activities there. You can look at reviews on here, reviews of the show. So that's everything on there. So if you scan this QR code on the inside of the programme, it takes you to where you can sign up for the mailing list. So it just takes you to that. So yeah, like I said, we really enjoyed this show. Definitely recommend it. It's a show that's about adventure, bravery and courage. It's got great songs in it, a really good cast, fantastic costumes, and your little ones will just have a great time. So by the time this goes up, I'm not sure if it'll still be on at the Lowry, but I will link down below Tall Stories official website so you can see where the show will be touring to and if it's coming to a venue near you. I know that some of the other Tall Stories shows are coming to Manchester soon. We've got the Gruffalo and Room on the Broom coming to the Z Art Centre in autumn. So those shows are fantastic, definitely recommend those. Like I said, Room on the Broom is probably one of my favourite shows, so I don't know, we might go and see one of those. We'll have to see how much money we've got at the time, but I would love to go and see Room on the Broom again, because that was a show when we went to see, we sat so far up and they had that bar in front of us and we really struggled to see it a bit. So that one I would definitely probably like to go and see again. So hopefully we can go and see that at the Z Arts Centre in autumn. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this little vlog and review. If you do enjoy these sort of videos, do subscribe and hit the notification bell and be notified as soon as a new video goes up. So like I said, I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, please do give it a like. Don't forget to subscribe, and hope to see you again soon. Bye.